The next section features a huge image of Alyssa herself and a background image and like another quote. I would say it's maybe a quote from her as opposed to something we saw on the front page here, which is a quote from someone else or a testimonial. But it's the same style, and then we'll have some call to actions here that are text-based. I do have this kind of noise filter going on here. I might opt out of that just for the sake of not loading another image on the site. We'll just use a flat background color and see how that looks. If worse comes to worse, we'll go ahead and add that back in. So I believe I already sliced this image out, but I want to double check in my project folder. Let me pull it up here. Yeah, so I do. So we'll probably add that. I mean, I can't imagine her changing this exactly to something else, so we might just embed it, but I think I will just go ahead and use a background image here instead of adding that to our panel like we would on the actual page fields. So we'll bypass that for now. What we do need are the heading, the quote, the citation, and this bit. So let's make those fields first. Let's make a new section. What was it called in here? How I make a difference. Make difference. I don't know. Label. And type will be text, or what do we call headline. So let's verify that worked. There we go. That's it right there. Next we need title, make difference. I'm going to make these unique just so we don't conflict. Difference, title, label, title, type, text, make difference, text or content. We'll say quote. Now we'll do content. Label, and I can't spell label up here, or type. Jeez. Okay, so this will be a content. Type will be text area. And I need a colon after that. And we need the make difference site. We'll just do site for short. People, citation, type. I'm gonna do, let's see, is it bold or anything? No, it's not. So it is italicized, but I can do that in just the CSS. So no matter what she enters, that's what will be. So we'll just do text for now. And then CTA, label, call to actions, block. Type will be text area here. So there we go. We can potentially do something like with it's a little small. We'll leave that. We went to M dash, so if you do option shift underscore, or not underscore, like dash on a Mac. Not sure what it is on Windows, but it's a bit of a longer dash. It just makes it more appropriate. So let's go ahead and add just this filler text that we have here for now. And this is how I make it. It's actually lowercase there. And the block will have services, will be a link to the services page. Be nice if there's like a shorthand for page. Okay, here's what I'll do. I think I will put just a live URL. So the final URL will be endlessdesigns.com. We're going to use that here. And then title, or text, my bad, is services. So we actually want .com/services. And the blog will be similar. I think this will redirect to Medium though, so I'll have to fix that to happen. I'm just going to paste that in place and change this to blog. And period. Okay. There's a plugin that extends this as well. So for like Markdown, you can write legit Markdown in here and it'll render, so assuming you use the Kirby text function thing to render it. But that's not really necessary for a blog post. I can see why it would be very useful. But for these, I'm kind of going with the flow, using basic Markdown for some of it. So now that we have those fields, we actually need to output the content, of course. The last section, I failed to make a snippet for it, so I'm gonna actually do that in this video. So I'm gonna create a new one and call it about content. And just out of curiosity, I'm going to try to create a subdirectory that's about, and move this to it, and then link through that kind of relative URL. So I'm gonna about. So I'm gonna see if this works. So if we do a snippet about content. Sweet, it did work. Cool. So I have some housekeeping to do here because there's quite a few snippets that I use for specific pages, so I might do that off camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy what I have here, and let's go ahead and create a new snippet and call it and we'll include that there. And we probably don't want the container on that element itself, but rather one inside of it. So I will do this. That'll get us going. So I'm going to do a row, and then a column medium 6. And inside that I will do add spaces to make that a little more legible for you guys. All right, so for the title, it's going to be page, and let's refer to our doc, our blueprint. So make difference title, make difference content. I gotta spell right. This will be basic HTML. This one will be the Kirby one. I want to verify that that's what that last one was called, and that one isn't right. We need that one actually. So it's different content. I'll add a span. Should I do span or just, I'll just do paragraph tag because there'll be another one, but we'll call this citation as a class. Cite, I'll do that. And then In fact, there's actually an HTML element for that site. And we need to echo that out. I need to include that file still. Kaboom. So we got that. We do not have our last one, so I think it's something else. That's because I can't spell. Maybe not. Difference, CTA. Or maybe it's there and I just can't see it. Nope. Let's verify it's in the panel. It is not. Okay. Boom. Awesome. Okay. One little tweak is a space there. All right, great. Let's go ahead and grab these classes and I'll make a new, well, should I make a new, yeah, I'll make a new style sheet, might as well. And import it here. Oops, not there. Do that, go here and add those classes. And I have the main one being this, I think. All right, so our title is going to be, or let's deal with the section first. So we've been doing like a regular padding, like 4 rims on average, and the background and the secondary, it might be a little off. Different style. That we have an error. Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay. Make the color white, and the title itself will be our brand primary. Font size is pretty massive. Do I want it to be like the other ones, just a big title? It is about the same size. It's a little smaller, so we won't go that big. Can't spell. Do that, and margin bottom for now. The content's pretty big too. It needs to be a citation, so like 3 rims. And font style, we'll do italic. I think that's the gist of it. That's even bigger there. I kind of like the size it is. Like all around, we're gonna throw the font size to be bigger in this section, probably like there, and then top, like 2 rim. Got a lot more, something like that. So that works so far. We still need our image, and to get that, I'm gonna actually just kind of float it over. Should I put it after that? I think I will. I'll put it back over this way in our container and just make a div for now. So Alyssa. Before I do that, I'm gonna run it through my image optimizing little buddy here. Free app, I would recommend getting it. It does a great deal of compression that doesn't really, you can't even tell, need degradation. That's a hard word to say, degradation. It does take some time though, so sorry. All right, so we've got the basic one done there. I'll do that. And image, I'm going to be explicit here. URL and images, Alyssa, shoulders crossed, PNG. And we're going to go back through this, all these styles, and add retina declarations for this with based on the pixel density. There is a mixin we'll create. I haven't gotten that far yet, but that's something on my roadmap. And we do want to display this absolutely. So this needs to be relative, the main container. Oh, it's bugging me. What the hell? Minimize. All right, so that threw her way down here, and that's fine. Okay, so top is relative to this box, so we actually need to go above it quite a ways, and definitely on the right all the way. Actually, a little less according to this. It's up to the edge, but does it say all the way over there is what I'm wondering. Okay, we need to make it relative to the container. So this actually. All right, I'll do that. Cool. So now right means to the right of that container, and then top here just needs to be a negative figure, like I'm just guessing here. Not that much, or that much, something like so. So that's why I made this so high. That makes sense now. It's about 800 pixels high. So we actually want to make that quite a ways bigger. Just trying to get it close. There's no way I need to match it all the way. Some people think that's an issue if that I don't, or something like that. And to you, there are bigger things to worry about in my mind. So I think that's pretty close. But we do need to increase this negativeness. There we go. I think that's there. And then as the content flows, we'll make sure her legs aren't clipped just like that. Okay, I think that's pretty close. This needs to be a little less. I think we should be there. Obviously on mobile, we're gonna have to come up with a different game plan for this. Like she might be at the top of this box, like on the clip part, you know, as opposed to on the right, because on that screen size, there's not much room there. So we'll be adjusting the background size of this stuff as we go, and the width and height. I want a little more space between this entire row of content. So I'm gonna go back to our about style, like so. I think that works. So we'll be having a box. I'll show you the design. That's gonna be our Instagram feed. She's on Snapchat too. So we'll go ahead and do those. This is just going to be a link to however the Snapchat thing works. I have to look that up. And Instagram is pretty obvious. There's a JavaScript library called InstaFeed we're going to make use of for this. I will plug that in and get things rolling in the next video. I'll see you there.